Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. A quick announcement before we get started. You're welcome to enjoy early access to all of my content on Substack and Patreon. That is going to be a new thing that I'm introducing this month. So you can access all of my videos for free and ad-free before they go live on YouTube. Just follow the links to Patreon and to my Substack. I will link them in the video description below. Become a subscriber and all of my content will be delivered on a daily basis to your mailbox. I think it is really great. It's very convenient, and I am going to be introducing new features to those platforms in the coming month, so definitely stay tuned. Now, let's get to the topic of today's video. For decades, Germany was considered the economic engine of Europe. The country became synonymous with industrial excellence, with fiscal discipline, with engineering expertise, and of course, export success. German automobiles, machinery, chemicals, and industrial equipment dominated global markets, while Germany itself became the financial and the economic anchor of the European Union. Well, today, that picture looks very different. Germany's economy has been struggling for many years, and the latest economic data shows that conditions are declining. Germany's business activity has fallen to its weakest level in 18 months. The services sector, which, as you know, previously supported growth, has actually deteriorated significantly, while manufacturing remains barely above stagnation. These developments have increased the risk that Europe's largest economy may once again slip into recession. The latest Purchasing Managers Index survey paints a very concerning picture. Germany's composite PMI fell to 48 in June. Since any reading below 50 indicates contraction, the latest reading suggests that private sector economic activity is shrinking, and it is shrinking very quickly. The services sector, which is a traditional source of stability in Germany, fell to 46.8, which is the lowest reading since late 2022. Businesses reported declining new orders, weakening demand, and falling confidence about future conditions. Manufacturing showed only marginal improvement, and it remained close to stagnation. Economists now warn that Germany's economy may have contracted during the second quarter, which of course raises the possibility of another recession. But Germany's problem did not begin this year or even last year. If you watch my videos, you know. These problems have been developing for more than a decade. For many years, Germany's economic success rested on three powerful, very powerful foundations. It was cheap Russian energy, which Germany gave up for whatever reasons. It doesn't have that anymore, but cheap Russian energy powered German economy. It also rested on strong demand from China. Remember, Germany has been wanting to decouple from China, so again, Germany wants to shoot itself in yet another foot. And it also rested on the global demand for German industrial exports. So those three things have been crucial, and they've ensured German prosperity. This model produced enormous trade surpluses, and it helped Germany become one of the world's leading export economies. All three pillars have been destroyed. The first major shock came from energy, of course. Germany built much of its industrial success on access to relatively inexpensive natural gas. Industries such as chemicals, steel, manufacturing, and automotive production benefited from low energy costs from Russia that helped make German products very competitive, not only on the European market, but also on the global arena. The loss of cheap Russian pipeline gas dramatically changed this equation. Energy prices surged, production costs increased, and many energy-intensive industries became less competitive compared with rivals in the United States, in Asia, and of course the Middle East. Although energy prices have declined from their peak levels, German manufacturers still face significantly higher energy costs than many international competitors. So effectively, Germany is not competitive on the international market. Some companies have actually reduced domestic production as a result, while others have shifted investment overseas. For example, Germany's industrial giant BASF has expanded investments abroad while reducing some operations at home. High electricity prices remain one of the most common complaints among German businesses. At the same time, Germany's manufacturing sector has been facing structural challenges. Manufacturing accounts for a larger share of Germany's economy than in most advanced countries, which makes industrial weaknesses particularly damaging and painful for Germany. The automotive sector illustrates these challenges very, very clearly. German car makers build their global reputation on engineering excellence and on internal combustion technology. However, the global transition toward EVs has actually intensified competition, and that competition now comes from Chinese manufacturers. And as I discussed earlier in this video, Germany is not competitive. Chinese electric vehicle companies have rapidly improved their technology and production capabilities. As a result, German manufacturers increasingly face competition in both international markets and in China itself. What was once Germany's largest export market has become one of the biggest competitive challenges. China represents another major factor behind Germany's economic difficulties, and I would like to briefly focus on this. For many years, China served as an engine of German growth. Yes, China served as an engine of German growth. They don't want you to know this. German automobiles, industrial machinery, and luxury products enjoyed enormous success in Chinese markets. Major companies such as Volkswagen, BMW, and even Mercedes became highly dependent on Chinese consumers who really enjoyed them. Chinese firms have moved up the technological ladder and increasingly compete directly with German companies in automobiles, in machinery, and even in industrial equipment. So as a result of this, Germany faces a double challenge. It faces a weaker Chinese demand, and it is facing a stronger Chinese competition. So Germany also faces serious domestic problems as well, and let's not forget about those. One of the most important is demographics. The population is aging, birth rates remain very low, and the workforce is gradually shrinking. Many businesses report labor shortages across Germany, and this is very, very specific to skilled occupations. An aging population creates additional economic pressures, as one would imagine. Pension costs rise, healthcare spending increases, and economic growth slows as fewer workers are able to support a larger retired population.